I realized I looked really, really sad when I pressed go live. I'm just really, really tired. So I'm already in here talking to you guys, and just another Lori said, best question. Mine is hard to stop, but I've never owned one before. I'm not sure if that's normal. I feel like it's a hard question to answer because I don't know if that has to do with whether or not it has air brakes, whether or not it's just you need new brakes, or like if it's like a certain buses do that, if it's a bigger bus. Like mine is not hard to stop. I don't feel like Isaac's are hard to stop, but like the big bus is, I feel like you probably have to, well actually no, I feel like in Isaac's and Minion I have to stop sooner than I do in my bus. My bus stops harder. Like it stops faster, I guess. And Minion doesn't. I have to brake a little harder to stop him. So, I mean, it's probably normal. It's probably most buses that people buy are older buses anyways. So, that'd be my guess. GA from CA said, Jaylina, do you have a hanging thingy to put your diapers in? They're great next to her changing table or bed. I don't. Right now I just have her diapers underneath the my desk table, which is acting as her little changing area for now. Honestly, I'll probably wind up just changing her anywhere and everywhere. I probably won't change her on that all the time just because we live in such a small space that we probably won't be like in the bus all the time, or in my bus all the time for that matter, once Isaac's is done, once Minion's done. Minion will be a little more functional for us to work in, for me to like cook in, and then of course we'll probably just like primarily sleep in here, or at least have like, I guess this is kind of more like Ember's room. And then of course I have some things in here. Isaac doesn't have anything really in this bus, but we're dedicating it more to Ember's stuff anyways. Lori said, thank you. I have a 5 window on one side and 4 on the other. So I'm assuming that you have the door. But 5 windows, I mean, and it's still, the body, I guess, doesn't necessarily matter because I have a 4 window and Isaac has a 4 window. But he has the 7.3 power stroke diesel engine. And I just have a GMC truck engine. So mine's more like a regular truck and his is a diesel. So that could make a difference too. Prevost family said, hey Jaylina, how are you feeling? I'm just super tired. I'm in good spirits though. Some things are happening to me physically that are signs of like pre-labor. So I messaged my doctor this morning and I told her about it, and I haven't heard back yet, but we do have a doctor's appointment in a couple of days. So either way, we'll find out some information very soon. I don't know if Isaac's in here. I'm on his phone, his other phone, and so if I was commenting earlier as a bus life story, but it was me. I didn't realize I was on his YouTube channel. Kara Garcia says, has she dropped? So after we had done a live chat and we talked about birthing classes, and I had mentioned that I hadn't taken a birthing class, and I wasn't going to because you have to pay for them, and I don't want to spend the money on something that I don't feel like for me, after talking to everybody, I was like, okay, well, I'll just look up videos on YouTube. So if you look up birthing classes on YouTube, you can find free classes. So I watched a whole day's worth of like the free class that you do all in one. And I learned a lot. Oh, and they talked about the baby dropping. And so when they were talking about it, I got up and I looked in the mirror, and it looks like she would have dropped, but I don't feel like she ever sat super high anyways. So I don't know. At this point, I do feel like she's either turning or she already is turned upside down. And I am definitely 100% waddling. I cannot walk normal. So, Colette, I saw you said when the baby drops, you usually feel like you waddle more than usual. I've never felt like I really waddled until this week. So, Marna, am I saying that right? Myrna? Edmonston? I feel like I just butchered your name. Did a $20 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so sorry that I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Charles said 1 gas bus, 1 diesel bus, drive whichever one has cheaper fuel prices. Well, I feel like either way you're spending more than you want to, but we're primarily driving Isaac's bus if we drive one of the buses. Donna said she's most likely turning. She's moving. The way that she moves now feels different also. It's, I don't know how to explain, but it feels more like single kicks as opposed to her whole body rolling. And then it also feels more centered instead of like on the sides, because it's mostly been on the sides. Julie Hansen said my baby was five weeks early. She's 21 years old, doing great. My prediction is that Ember will be 6 to 7-ish pounds and she'll come 2 to 3 weeks early, if not before that. That's just my prediction. I don't know, we'll see. Prevost family said it could go on like this for a few weeks. Don't panic, it's all normal. It's so uncomfortable, not too much longer to go. It's definitely uncomfortable to do anything. It's like I can't move the same way. It's, yeah. CJG said, are you losing your plug? Is that the sign? That is one of the things, yes, I did today, this morning. I lost it, or at least some of it, and so I called my mom. I even took a picture of it, and I sent it to her, and she's like, yes, that's it. Just let your doctor know, and then we'll go from there. So, yeah, so that was what was happening today, and then some other things that I don't want to talk about because it's TMI, but there are other signs of pre-labor or whatever. Ellen said a due date is subjective, could go a week earlier or later as a rule. Yeah, true. R&R said, are her feet in your ribs yet? I can't tell. Yesterday it felt like something was up in my ribs, but it felt a little bit different than it normally does. So it's like, I don't know if it's her feet. I don't know. I've never gone through this before, and it's like, do you even know the second time if you ever do it more than once? So Kara Garcia said when she drops you'll breathe easier. If I'm doing a lot of talking like I am now, or today I filmed my what's in my hospital bag video, because I was like, I should probably get this ready to go just in case. If I talk a lot, I do get short of breath, but I have noticed the last day or two, it is easier for me to talk longer without getting super winded like I have been in the past. Like doing my podcast episodes, I get so winded so fast. Paul Honeyman said, are you a penguin yet? I definitely feel like a penguin. Myrna, thank you. Sue said, have you experienced Braxton Hicks contractions yet? I've had the Braxton Hicks contractions the last few months. I haven't had any like regular contractions though yet. So that's the thing that I'm really looking for, is once my contractions start, if they start becoming more often or happening more often, then that's, I'll track those, and then I know when is like at what point you should go to the doctor. So that's what I'm not looking forward to, but like I'm looking for that, but that hasn't happened yet. Julie said, I know you're a busy lady, but please try and rest as much as you can. I'm not doing anything too crazy these days. Like I said, today I filmed the hospital bag video. That was something I have to do no matter what. And then that's pretty much all I did today. I mean, I edited that too. And then I feel like, other than that, it's just like doing basic, like cooking, making lunch or whatever. So I'm not doing anything too crazy. I feel so bad because I really want to help Isaac. I don't like watching him work so hard and not being able to help him, but it's like, what can I do? I can't do anything to help him with what he's doing right now. So I'm definitely taking it easy as much as I can. mm. Mashti said, what's your appetite like now? I guess it's the same. I've been having more sweet cravings, but other than that, I'm a little bit more hungry than normal. I feel like that's another reason why I feel like she might have dropped, because I've been able to eat more than I normally can. It doesn't matter how hungry I am. Like normally I can't eat a whole lot, and now I can eat probably double what I was eating, but I already wasn't eating a whole lot. I'd get so full so fast, and so I'd snack often. Julie Hansen did a $20 super chat. Jaylina, a little gas money to help you get to the hospital. Thank you, Julie. I appreciate that. I'm just reading through your comments. Just want to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Jamie's Little Farmstead said, my face always got really puffy before each of my 4 labors. My husband always notices and knows I'll go soon by the change in how my face looks. That's interesting. I don't know what I'm gonna be going through, but we'll find out together. I'll be filming everything, and yeah, so it'll be an event. Prevost family said, the more kids you have, the more you'll know what's happening. Like your mom said, once it gets closer after you've had a few babies, you don't want to do it. My mom said, my mom used to say, too late now. That's true. JF said, what's the baby's food plan? Are you going to pump breast milk and keep it in your fridge, or just breastfeed? Both. I want Isaac to, I'm probably not going to constantly, like, I'm not going to want to, or at least I think I'm not going to want to breastfeed only, because there's going to be times where I'm going to be too tired or I'm going to be busy. And so it's like, I want to have the option for Isaac to also feed her as well, and they can have that bonding experience as well. So I'll be doing both. Earth to Chrissy said, hi, Jelena, can't stay and hang long, but I wanted to say hi. I hope you're feeling well tonight and taking it easy. Thank you, Chrissy. I am definitely taking it easy. I'm solo tonight, as you guys can see, but that's because Isaac spent all day working on Minion. Super, super, super tedious task that he was doing. That was very, very hard, but he got it done. And I was like, you don't have to go live with me tonight. I know you just worked all day, and I know you want to edit and get this video out tomorrow. So he is just working and doing his thing. And so hopefully that'll give him a little break from what he did today. Was really, really hard. And so I felt really bad because I couldn't help. But he busted his butt for sure. Amanda Sinclair said, "What are the cats saying about it all? They are very intuitive." The cats haven't really acted differently towards me, like, at all. They've always been really loving and affectionate, so it's like nothing's really changed. Halo will lay on my stomach sometimes, and when she does and she starts purring, Ember will kick. So I'm assuming Ember can feel that. So other than that, though, they're still the same, just really loving and affectionate cats. Twin Dad did a $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. It's a little bear dancing, says you are amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it. Colette said, "Keep an eye on baby formula just in case breastfeeding doesn't work. I guess they're having a real shortage." Everyone is saying that. I haven't seen the shortage here in our stores. And I know you can also order it online. So I'm keeping an eye on it. And I'm also not planning on breastfeeding for a really long time. So she will go on formula at some point in the near future. But I plan on breastfeeding for at least like 2 months or so, maybe longer. Just depends on one, if she takes, if I can. My mom was saying, I think she was saying my grandma with one of her kids or my aunt or something, the milk that she was producing was bad. So she couldn't breastfeed. That she had to be on, her daughter had to, or her baby had to be on formula. So, I mean, we don't ever want to, or we don't ever know what's going to happen. We can't predict the future, and we can make plans all we want. There's not saying that those plans are going to work out. Obviously, we're perfect examples for that because look at the big bus. So, it is what it is, and I'm not against formula at all. I was only, I think my mom said she breastfed me for, I don't know, not very long, and then I was on formula. So it is what it is. Dallas Girl said, "Sorry, just tuning in. Are you going to do an epidural or numbing meds? I'm asking because I did and will do either again. Epidural hurts, and the dermal made me so numb I couldn't hold my baby." I do plan on getting an epidural. And if anyone has an opinion on that, well, that's where I stand. This is my first time, and if you guys want to go, me and my mom talked a lot about the epidural, and on my last podcast episode for Mother's Day, she came on with me and we did a live chat there on Motherhood is Wild podcast, and we discussed it. She had an epidural with 7 out of her 8 kids. They didn't really give you that option when she had my sister, which was her first kid, and she was traumatized. Which I have so much respect for women who do it all natural. I am just not going to be one of those women. If I have the option to do the epidural, I'm going to do the epidural. If for some reason, like, it just happens really fast and I don't have time or whatever the case may be, then obviously I'm not going to get one. But as of right now, where I stand is if I'm able, yes, I'm going to get an epidural. Brenda said, "How far are you from the hospital?" I think we're about 45 minutes away. So we're just being extra attentive and to what's going on. And then I also have an app that I can message my doctor and a number that I can call if I'm really concerned. But I'm definitely just really focusing on like the contractions and what they're telling me as far as like whether or not I need to go to the doctor. And I made a mistake and I drank some Topo Chico before I jumped on, and now I have to pee. And so I might have to leave you guys for just a minute. I'm trying to hold it. We'll see. Miss VG3 said, hi, Jaylina and everyone. The piece looks so nice. You did an amazing job organizing. Also enjoyed your podcast with your mom. Thank you. Ember has taken over the peach, that's for sure. I do have some, like, my clothes and stuff in here. And someone was asking, like, where are you and Isaac going to put all your stuff? Isaac doesn't have anything other than his clothes, so he doesn't have any in here. He just has them put up, and once Minion's built out, which will be soon, he'll have all of his things in Minion probably, and then all my stuff is in here, and then all Ember stuff is in here, and then we'll probably like put a little bit of Ember stuff in there too, just in case we want to go somewhere. We'll have what we need in both buses. Susan said, don't sit on anything you can't wash. I actually read today that only 10% of pregnancies, their water breaks before they go into labor. Like, most of the time it happens while you're in labor. So my mom said that with none of her pregnancies, the water actually broke. Like, they had to break it when she had to be induced every single time, and they would break the water at the hospital. Jules said, great idea on breastfeeding. Don't forget it also helps your uterus shrink. Yes, I mean, I want to, I want to breastfeed. I want to give that chance to do that with Ember. Plus, it saves money, and yes, it is beneficial for me physically to help my uterus shrink and stuff. But we don't know what's going to happen. So we'll just take it day by day when she gets here. Honey Badger's Homestead said, my first baby was 17 days late. Not fun. Rest was all induced as they never wanted out on their own. That's crazy. Charles said, big news story today again. Shortage on formula. Most stores only let you buy 3 cans and most shelves are empty. I haven't seen that at all up here. Even when we were in Dallas, there was formula everywhere. So I don't know where exactly the formula shortage is at, but I haven't actually physically seen it. So, I mean, it's unfortunate. It sucks, but what are you gonna do? Shabby Maverick said, I didn't produce much milk, so I only breastfed for 2 to 3 months, but at least they got that much in antibodies. Yeah, I mean, that's great. Some babies aren't breastfed at all. Most of my siblings weren't. Oops. Brenda said, I bet you have that baby this week. I don't know if I'll have the baby this week, but I do think within the next few weeks she'll definitely come for sure. I think she's going to come early. Karen said, the day before birth, my babies didn't move if I drank. Didn't move even if I drank juice. It happens to most moms. Betty Cole said, so glad you got your bus set up. Everything looks so nice. I can see the excitement on your face. You look so pretty. Take care. Love your videos. Rest. Okay. Thank you. I'm so tired, but I'm like excited at the same time. I feel like my mind is, because they say like, oh, you get this burst of energy at the end, and I feel like my mind has that burst of energy, but my body is totaled. My body just is done. I feel like I'm really far behind. I feel like I'm Isaac right now. Colette said, maybe buy a can every couple of weeks just in case so you have a little stockpile. That's a good idea. Van Life Crystal said, I bet Isaac will be crying more than Ember when she's born. I definitely think, I know I'm gonna cry. I feel like Isaac probably will too. I had seen Ember on an ultrasound when she was 9 weeks and she looked like a little peanut. And then I remember when Isaac and I both saw her, I don't remember how far along I was, but it was a few months in, so she definitely looked like a baby and not a peanut. And we both cried seeing her on the ultrasound for the first time. Lorraine said, I'm so happy that you're going to film the birth. We are excited for you both. Yeah, I think it's going to be really cool for like Ember to watch when she grows up one day too, to just kind of see her life unfold and get all of those memories that we don't retain as, you know, infants and small children. Colette said, I wanted an epidural, but the baby said, nope, I'm coming now. I didn't have a bad time during delivery, though. That's good. I feel like if it happens fast like that, you probably, like, don't even have time to process what is happening and that it happened so fast. Samantha said, what makes you feel safe and comfortable is the absolute most important. Thank you. I agree. And I think it like bothers me, but then I have to like take a step back and be like, just chill. Some people just, you know, that's just how some people are. It's not you. You know it's best for you. You do what's best for you. But when people try and tell me, like, I need to have more than one kid, it's like, I'm lucky I'm even getting the one, first of all. I didn't think I was ever going to be a mom. So I'm grateful for the chance to just have the one. And that's what I feel like is best for me, is to just have one. I don't know if I can have another one anyways. And so for me, that's where I'm at right now. That could change in the future, but in my heart, I don't believe that I will have any more children. And I don't want any more children as of right now. Outside of what you have to go through to have kids, I just don't want to have more than one for a number of reasons, but those are personal reasons to me. And so it bothers me so bad when people are like, you need to have more than one baby, at least give them a sibling, blah, blah, blah. It's like, just because you feel like in your opinion that is true, that's fine. But I can also have my opinion about not wanting to have more than one kid. So I don't know. My rant is over about that. Shabby said, sounds like you've researched and thought things over. Stick to your own decisions. I've done so much research on, well, I say research. I've watched just so many YouTube videos on just all kinds of stuff. And then of course I have my mom and my sister to go to. They're both nurses. They both have kids. And so I trust their opinions. And yeah, so I'm definitely trying to learn as much as I can. Colette said they had to break her water. Yeah, it happens a lot. Kamel said, I swear I think she's coming soon. I think she's coming soon too. CJG said, mine was broke for me while in labor. Yeah, I think for most people that's how it is. I think only 10% of women's waters actually break. Okay, I'm trying to not be so far down. Samantha said, I will buy you formula from every layover if I have to. Oh my goodness. I mean, is there really like, I don't know how bad like, I don't know where the shortage is because I haven't seen it. And I do look, so. I feel like some of the comments I'm not seeing on Isaac's phone in this chat, but I'm seeing like them pop up. I don't know what's going on. Peace out, Lisa said, let Halo take over until you get back. Halo's not in here. She's, I don't know where she's at today. Oh, my back is starting to hurt. So Rebel Canners said, I've seen empty shelves here in Michigan where formula should be, and parents are desperate, posting asking where to find it. I get advertisements on Amazon all the time for baby formula. So I wonder, like, why people aren't ordering it more online. CJG said signing up for WIC is great. You have to qualify for WIC and food stamps and all of that stuff. And also, I grew up on food stamps, and my mom worked really, really hard to get our family off of housing and off of food stamps. And I kind of always just told myself that that was something that I didn't want to be in the position of needing, just because she worked so hard to get our family off of it. And like nothing against it, but that's just a personal decision, I guess. Daphne Lansborough did a $50 super sticker. Thank you so much, Daphne. I don't know why the comments are like not showing up on Isaac's live chat. That's so weird. Shelby said lower back pain was my notice labor was beginning, but it's a common thing. My back's not hurting lower. It's like hurting upper. And I think it's just because of how I'm sitting, but I'm sitting this way because I have to pee. Charles said online it's restricted to 3 cans too. Oh, interesting. Sue said this sure isn't the time to think about having another child. You will do whatever is best for your family in the future. If you want another one, you will. Exactly. It's like, I don't know. I just don't understand why some people, and I get that when you put yourself on YouTube, you open yourself up to that, but it blows my mind every time. Like, no matter how many times it happens, it always blows my mind that people tell you what you need to do and how you should live your life. Hi, Linda. Enjoy Blessed Life's in here too. I feel like these comments are like super, they're not even uploading, or they're not like, I don't know. Isaac's chat's all messed up on this phone. I'm gonna exit out and do it again. A new day, no regrets, said everyone has an opinion. I have one too. All these people that have kids, they cannot afford to raise. So good for you to know what you want. Thank you, and I agree. I should probably plug this other phone in. I see Bart's in here. Hey, Bart. He said he can't type much because he's driving. Hot Rod said, okay, I missed the first 30 minutes. I don't think I'm blocked here. Definitely not blocked because I see you. Colette said, 2 days before birth, I made about 25 casseroles, no exaggeration, and froze them, and everyone around me said it's time. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to what's going to happen when I have Ember, and I'm not going to want to cook or anything because Isaac's not a cooker, so I feel like we're probably going to be either eating out or eating a lot of frozen meals. Oh, thank you, Joy Bless Life. I think the reason why the chat's not working on Isaac's phone is because it's not loading for some reason. He has full bars and it's not loading. I don't know why. Freebo's family said, your life, your choices, there's never a wrong way, it's your way. That's true too. Kimmy J said, if it's not something you'd consider, get in touch with mommy groups that share breast milk. I wish they had that when I found out I couldn't nurse her. I mean, there is a formula shortage. I did not know that that was a thing. Interesting. CJG said, Amazon is saying temporarily out of stock or unavailable for formula. Also interesting. I didn't know that. Philip said, Jaylena, try not to yell at Isaac too much during labor. I think it's funny because my mom will ask me, she's like, so what is how does Isaac feel? Is he trying to stay away from you yet? Because they say like women go, like they have these crazy hormones, and like I've heard crazy stories about, you know, women just being so like charged, and they do crazy things and they say crazy things just out of their emotion. And I haven't been like that at all. These last few weeks I've been more emotional though. I've just been crying more. It's doesn't take much for anything to jerk a tear from me. It could be just like a cat video that's like, oh, they saved this kitten, or I could just look at BB and cry, or think about, you know, how much I love Ember, or like think about my mom, and I'm just in tears. So I'm definitely just more emotional in that sense, but I haven't done anything crazy. So I don't think I'm gonna be like yelling at Isaac and threatening to murder him if, like, I don't know, he says the wrong thing, but we'll see. Okay, so we're back online on Isaac's phone. I got it working again. Twin Haven Homestead said, you'll have however many you're meant to. It's no one's business but yours and Isaac's. Exactly. It's no one's business how many children I choose to have except for me. Because it's also no one's business whether or not I can have children, because not everyone can. And I, you know, am a perfect example of not being able to. And like, Ember is literally like our miracle baby. Colette said, it wasn't that I was preparing, I just had the but to cook, and kept running to the stove, and said that's another nesting sign. Bart said, meal prep plans subs. Yeah, Isaac will be running to Subway every day. Pam Politz did a $20 super sticker. Thank you so much, Pam. Jason said, I am an only child and I love it. Yeah, I know. I have friends who are only children. I've never met someone, and I know that there are people out there who wish that they had siblings. I've never personally met a single child who was like, yeah, I wish I had siblings. Mashthi said, do you remember what your favorite childhood toy was, and what do you think Ember's will be? I do. I had this stuffed Lion King Simba, and I took it everywhere with me. It was my favorite. It was that, and then I had a like Beanie Baby type Baby Bop, and I also loved that and took it with me everywhere. And the Baby Bop was like waterproof. It was like a summer toy that you could take it swimming with you. And I remember I lost it, and these had to be really early memories. This was probably when I was like under the age of 5. I remember losing it and telling my mom, and we went and looked for it and we couldn't find it, and it was at like some auction show or something. But I remember. And then my Lion King, we were moving out of this house. It might have been when we were moving to Texas. I left it at the house that we moved out of, and I was devastated. The Lion King was my favorite growing up. No wonder why I love cats. Sharon Cobb said, hang in there, just chill and rest. Little walks let Ember stay in full time. She can grow full and healthy in her organs, be big baby girl. She is, I think, by 36 weeks, fully developed, even her lungs. And I'm 35 and a half weeks. So they say anytime after 36 weeks, or 37 weeks actually, is like full term. And then before that is, not full term. Melissa Maltzon said Ember will be so loved even if she's an only child. She has so many grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, plus all of us. Exactly. I have like 15 nieces and nephews. So she will definitely not be alone. And then Isaac's sister has 2 kids as well. So she has tons of other babies to be around. And, I think that, when you have kids, you have to think about the fact that they are, a big responsibility. They cost money and they take a huge chunk of your life. And so it's like, you have to be able to, one, afford it. But I'm a firm believer too that, like, if you have one kid and then like so many years later you have another kid, your first child never asked you to have another kid. So it's not fair to the parents to make their other kids babysit and clean up after their younger siblings, to an extent. Like if I ever did have another kid and Ember wanted to babysit for money as like a way to get allowance, sure, that's one thing. But I'm never gonna like force her to babysit. At least not all the time. I just don't think it's fair to them. And I come from a huge family. Paul Honeyman said, Hot Rod, yeah, but Isaac should have total control, should be able to unblock you. I don't know that Isaac necessarily knows how to look at his blocked list, so I should probably look at mine and make sure no one's blocked on there, because sometimes, I don't know, I feel like sometimes YouTube just blocks people, because like last summer, I had so many people on my channel that were blocked, and I have my theories, but I don't know exactly what happened, but I do check it periodically to see if there's people on there that shouldn't be on there. Because like my block list is it's big, but it's not that big. So I know and I remember all the names that are on there when I see them. Barbara Hegwood said, I didn't have crazy hormones until the second time I was pregnant. Yeah, I haven't had like crazy hormones this pregnancy. Marty Maloney said, I could tell when I hit 7 centimeters because my husband was petting me and I said, please stop touching me. Shabby Mavic said, the only crazy thing for me was I craved the old-fashioned Coney Island hot dogs. I have not had any crazy cravings this entire pregnancy. The only thing as of late is just I crave sweets. And it's not like ice cream, it's like cake or cupcakes. So, and that's only been the last few weeks. Van Life with Crystal said, Jaylina, a ketchup commercial could make you cry at this point in time. Yeah, it doesn't take much. Colette said, I actually bruised my poor nurse's arm when she was pushing out the placenta. That was worse than the birth for me. Wow. I would think that the placenta like definitely didn't hurt as bad, but I don't know. What do I know? Hot Rod said, either of my baby mamas treated me bad during their pregnancy. Sometimes I think women just use that as an excuse, but I won't swear to that because I've never birthed a child. I think some women just have different levels of like their hormones and stuff in the pregnancy. I was a very, very emotional person growing up. And then I went through some traumatic things and that completely stopped my emotions. Like I didn't really have, I was numb and going through the motions for a very long time. And so when I was coming out of that and I was allowing myself to feel things again, even now it's like I'm not very, I am more emotional, and I'm allowing myself to be more emotional. But like the end of this pregnancy has definitely brought out a lot of emotion inside of me that, like, I can already tell right now if I continue to talk about it, I'm gonna cry. So it's just, I think it's different for everyone. It depends on who they are as people, how they handle their hormones, the level of hormones that they have, going through their bodies, and, the relationship they have with the people who triggered those emotions. I think it just depends on everybody. Miss Connie L said, I'm not pregnant and I cry, and can cry when watching a kitten video. I mean, same, but like I ugly cry. And it doesn't even have to be a sad one. They could just be so cute. They remind me of my cat or something. Sharon said, I kept my babies on goat and powdered milk. That formula is bad for digestive. I just recently saw baby formula that was like powdered goat milk online. I didn't know that was a thing. Daphne Lansborough said, I only have one and he loves it. See? Rebecca Davis said, my mom was an only child and she would have loved to have a sibling. See, everyone's different. And I think too, it has a lot to do with, for me, Ember is not going to be raised traditionally. She's going to grow up in a very unique lifestyle, and she's going to meet so many amazing people. There's so many other van lifers and bus lifers that are doing this with kids, and we plan on traveling, and we're going to meet so many of these people along the way. So I'm excited for that. Let's see. Colette Landwehr did a $20 super chat. Here's some for diapers or formula before you have to run and pee. Thank you. D. Huffman said she used goat milks too. My babies were lactose intolerant. That's also something, I guess, to look out for. I don't know how you would know if your baby's lactose intolerant. I feel like that'd be a very miserable process for both of you to try and figure out. Melissa Meltzon said, I used Playtex bottles. They had bags. I could freeze breast milk in them and then put them in a pan of water to warm up. Don't use a microwave to warm up formula or breast milk. I have a bottle warmer, so we have that. And then we have what's it called? Thermal thing that keeps it warm. So if you warm it up at home and you take it with you, it'll keep it warm in there. Daphne Lansborough said, postpartum depression, I had it and had a ton of support. It's important to recognize it when you have it. Yeah, I was actually watching a video today, and the girl that I was watching, she was talking about it. It's definitely something that I'm aware of and paying attention to for myself, just in case. Lila Newton said, Jay, did you get everything you need at the shower? Is there anything you still need? I did add a couple of things to our baby registry. If anyone wants to take a peek at that, there's a couple of things on there, but for the most part, we're pretty set. But if you did, want to, there's a couple things on there, which I will try and remember to add that to the description of this video, but it's on all of the other videos. I always forget the live chat descriptions though. Caria said, I think she'd like more snuggle wraps. I think she's set on swaddles. She has so many swaddles. Prepper Jennifer said, my oldest son actually did ask for a sibling. He was tired of being the only one. I didn't have him babysit though unless I actually had to, which wasn't too often. I love having babies. Yeah, I think that it's not bad for siblings to babysit, but like I see it all the time where it's just like the older one like cannot even have a social life because they always just have to babysit. Julie Hansen said, Jaylina, did you get fingernail clippers, baby size? Yes, I have a couple sets of baby fingernail clippers, which I am not terrified or nervous to cut her fingernails. I've done it before, but like, I don't know, this is different. It's my baby. And not that, like, I've done it with my nieces, but like, I don't know. I wasn't as nervous as I am to think about it now. It's weird. I guess because I wasn't in the mom mindset when I was doing it back then. I was just like, oh, I'm your aunt. I'm going to cut your fingernails. Joy Blessed Life said, yeah, it was crazy how many of us who loved you, Jaylina, were blocked last year. It was mind-blowing. I did find out that someone had access to my email address though, and so I had to like log out of it and make sure that that person couldn't like get into my stuff anymore, which blows my mind, but you know, some people are just like that, you know. I'm just not into the drama thing. That's never been my thing, so I try and stay away from it. I'm just like scrolling through and I'm seeing some of these comments and I'm just like not sure what's going on, and I'm just like, what? Pax Plank said, congratulations to your new baby, Jaylina. Isaac, thank you. Prepper Jennifer Garten said the placenta was worse for me too. That's so interesting. I didn't even think about that. No one ever talks about that. Marty Maloney said the placenta is really interesting to look at. I'm really grossed out by the inside of the human body, like the anatomy of it. I don't like looking at anatomy books. I think it's weird. Like, it makes me feel weird to think like that's what's inside of me. I studied personal training, so you have to like learn about muscles and you learn a lot about the heart and like the things that go on in your body, and it was just very weird for me. So it's I can look at other people's blood, but I can't look at my own. So I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel if I see the placenta, if it'll be in that, like, it make me druzy type thing, because I'll get lightheaded and feel like I'm gonna pass out if I see my own blood, but I can look at other people's all day. Melika said, I didn't feel the placenta being delivered. Everyone's birth is unique. You'll know at your nearing time when you can suddenly breathe as baby drops. You'll do great. I do agree with you. Everyone's different. Tara Hiller said, also believe it's your own pain tolerance. Also, you are very active and that will help you out a lot. You'll do great. A lot of people say like the more active they stayed throughout their pregnancy, the easier it was for them to remain active after they were like postpartum. Hot Rod said being emotional is fine in my opinion. It's being bipolar I have issues with, and there's help for those who actually need it. There is help out there for, yes, those who actually need it. Pat said, Jaylina, have you heard how Des is doing? Yeah, my afterbirth plan has much worse than my actual birthing plan. I had to give baby back to nurse and get a shot for the pain. It came on so fast. I don't know what to expect, but I'm expecting it all. Des is doing all right. I talked to her the other day, and sorry, I'm a little gassy. And she's doing as best she can. I definitely think that she's getting a lot of those how you should live your life comments, and I'm sure that that's not the funnest thing to deal with when you're also dealing with everything else on top of her plate. So D. Huffman said keep your prenatal vitamins after. Some say it'll help with postpartum. I do agree. I have my next video will come out on Wednesday, and it's everything that I'm packing for my hospital bag. So that'll be for labor and postpartum. So like I have my vitamins in there and stuff, and I'll go over everything that I have in there with whoever is interested in that. I'm sure not everyone will be interested there to like know what I'm bringing with me, but who knows? We'll see. Okay, so we are nearing our hour mark, but I want to kind of go over these comments and make sure I'm not missing anything. Marianne said, Jaylina, did you get a good supply of diapers? I actually have a lot more newborn diapers than I thought that I did. And then I have a couple boxes of 2s and a couple boxes of 1s. So we have a decent amount of diapers. Lori said, are you having Braxton Hicks? Not regularly. Daisy Days said you might have the best sleep of your entire pregnancy before you going into labor. So far my sleeping has gotten worse just because I feel so uncomfortable laying. It doesn't matter how I lay. Obviously you can't lay on your stomach or your back, but it hurts to lay on my sides now because sometimes it feels like I don't know, my sides feel wider. It's weird to explain. Marty Maloney said, have you picked out music for your hospital stay? I don't know if I'm going to pick out music for my hospital stay. I'm still undecided. I'm on the fence about that. Sea Lion said maybe get a plastic cover for your mattress, water breaking, nurses, spit ups, lots of liquid spills possible. We did get like a mattress protector, but it's not like a plastic cover. It's just like something you lay underneath your sheets, and then if my water breaks, it'll catch it there and it won't ruin the bed. It'll just get on the sheets. Sunny Do It Yourself said you'll notice if what they are drinking isn't working, bowel movements, etc. will make it clear. Doctor will help you figure out if something isn't right. Yeah, I'll probably rely on the doctor pretty heavily. I jumped down to the bottom because I feel like I was getting very behind. Then I'm just like scrolling through the comments. Colette said, ha ha ha, a couple of boxes, I'm set. Little does she know. Well, I mean, we don't need a ton of 2s and 1s right now. And like we have a lot of newborn diapers, and it's like I live in a bus, so I can't stock up on everything. I have to just kind of take, as much as I can, but I don't have a lot of room. So it's like, it's not that I don't think that I need more than that. I obviously I'm gonna need a lot more than the stuff that as far as diapers, I will go through them very fast, but I only have so much room to like put them, you know? And I don't want to store much of anything in the shop because we don't know how long we're gonna have the shop anyways. And I want to, you know, I don't know. I just want to be always aware of everything that I have. And so like I can't keep a whole lot of stuff in the bus. And so it's like I'm not trying to have like a bunch of diapers that she can't wear right now in the bus, and I have no room for any of my stuff, let alone Ember's stuff too. So it's hard to say that we need a whole bunch of like diapers and stuff when we don't even have anywhere to put it as of right now. All of her things are in my bus, and it's obviously very packed, as you guys saw. So as of right now, I think we're good in this moment, but that'll change very quickly. Shell said, why can't you sleep on your back being pregnant? The weight of the baby will put too much pressure on your organs, so it's not good that if you sleep on your back when you're pregnant. And I can definitely feel that when I lay down on my back, even if I'm just lounging, I can't. It's too much for me. Free Spirit says, sorry to ask, what happened to your brother Levi's bus? He is currently working and saving up money to build out his bus, and then he might be, nugget here, he might be coming to up here to finish it out and visit. So we'll see what happens. Barbara, is it Barbara Hegwood did a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Barbara. D. Nanya said, Jaylina, you got some Native American blood in you. Bite on a stick and have Ember. It might come down to that. We'll see. We'll see how fast she decides to get here. So I'm going to try and get caught up on these comments real quick. Colette said, I'm just ribbing you. Let's see. Van Life Crystal said, good night, everyone. Jaylina, take care. You know, we're all thinking good thoughts and wishing you all the best. Thank you, Crystal. Paul said, time's up, Jaylina. You have another live chat to go moderate, Paul. I know you're always working. She's like moving around and it's really uncomfortable. Like she's like pushing weird on the front of my stomach. Hot Rod said, yes, Levi needs to come to Oregon and have Isaac's help on his build. Isaac will like his bus too since it's a 7.3 power stroke. Yeah, so that's just a little nugget that he hasn't told anyone about. And I guess just keep it between us because I don't know if he'll get mad if I told you. Jenna F did a $5 super chat just because I love you. Thank you so much, Jenna. Barbara said, you're the first to get it right. Well, good. I'm glad. I feel bad because I butchered the one earlier. Paul Honeyman did a 10-pound super chat. Time's up, Jelena. Get some ice cream. Laugh out loud. Yes, I got others to do now. Well, go have fun, Paul. Thank you so much for always being one of the greatest moderators of YouTube history. You should win an award for sure. So that being said, I've been on for a little over an hour and Mama's got a potty. So thank you all for hanging out with me on this solo live chat, and I will have that video out for you guys on Wednesday, and then I actually go to the doctor on Wednesday as well, so I'm going to be filming that and giving you guys an update and see what the doctor says about all the stuff that's happening to me right now, and that'll come out on Saturday. So exciting. I don't know when Ember's going to be here, but I have a feeling that it's going to be sooner than later. So I love you all. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I will see you all very soon. And Thursday is Isaac's fundraiser for the big bus concert thing, live chat, which will be great. He's been practicing every day, and I love that I get a little private concert from him every single day. So thank you guys for that, because I wouldn't get that if it weren't for you. And Ember too. She loves it. She always kicks like crazy when he plays. So we will see you on Thursday, unless the only way we won't is if Ember is coming. So if we wind up not going live on Thursday, that's why. Live chat nuggets. So we'll see you guys then. Ember comes Thursday live stream. We'll see. But I love you, and I'll see you next time. And just thank you so much for being amazing and hanging out with me. Bye.